Welcome back to Korean Wave TV, the home where we bring you the most touching, real, and unforgettable stories from the world of Korean entertainment. Today's story isn't just a headline, it's a raw, emotional, and heartwarming moment that has brought tears to fans worldwide. Jung Hae In, the actor known for his calm smile, gentle gaze, and timeless grace, was recently seen shedding heartfelt tears as he carried his newborn daughter with Jung So Min. It's a moment that words can barely contain, but today we're going to try, because this is not just a story about a baby being born. It's a story about love, about life, about the kind of happiness that only comes once in a lifetime. The news of Jung So Min giving birth to their baby girl already had fans bursting with joy, but what no one expected was just how deeply emotional the moment would be, not only for the couple, but for everyone around them. It didn't happen at a press conference, or a flashy Instagram post, or even through a dramatic agency announcement. It happened in the quiet, sterile softness of a hospital room, where a new life had just entered the world, and a man, now a father, broke down in tears the second he held his daughter. Witnesses say the moment was absolutely unforgettable. Jung So Min had just come through hours of labor, her face pale but glowing, her hands weak but steady. And beside her, Jung Hae In never left. He held her hand through every contraction, whispered soft encouragements, wiped away her sweat, and never once let go, physically or emotionally. Nurses at the scene revealed that his support was unwavering. He didn't panic, didn't flinch. He stayed steady for her, right up until he saw his daughter. When the doctors finally handed him his baby girl, wrapped gently in a soft pink blanket, he stood still for a moment. The entire room grew silent. And then he looked down at her, his daughter, his blood, his miracle, and the tears began to fall. Slowly at first, like he was trying to hold them back, but then more freely, until his whole body trembled with emotion. One nurse who witnessed the moment described it as something she would never forget. He didn't say much, he just kept repeating, "She's so beautiful, she's really ours. Thank you, So Min, thank you." And all the while, his tears kept falling. It wasn't dramatic or loud. It was quiet, but you could feel everything in that silence. Jung So Min, exhausted but alert, watched with her own eyes full of emotion. She reached out with one hand and touched his shoulder, saying softly, "She has your eyes." And that made him cry even harder. In that tiny hospital room, far from the flashing lights and red carpets, two of Korea's most beloved stars experienced the most sacred moment of their lives, not as celebrities, but as parents. Fans got a glimpse of the aftermath when a private photo, reportedly shared only among close family, began making waves online. The image showed Jung Hae In seated in a hospital chair, cradling the baby close to his chest, his eyes red and puffy, his head slightly bowed, as if whispering something to the tiny bundle in his arms. So Min lay beside him, tired but smiling peacefully, her hand resting on his leg. Though the photo was not intended for public release, it quickly became a symbol of real love and real family. What followed was an outpouring of emotion across social media. Messages flooded fan pages, Twitter, Instagram, and every major platform imaginable. "I've watched Jung Hae In play every kind of role," one fan wrote, "but seeing him become a real-life dad has moved me more than any drama ever could." Another wrote, "I followed So Min since her early acting days, and I always hoped she'd find this kind of happiness. Seeing Hae In cry over their baby? I'm speechless." But it wasn't just fans who reacted. Even celebrities and fellow actors reached out with heartfelt messages. One former co-star of Hae In posted on Instagram, "The strongest men are the ones who aren't afraid to show their tears. Hae In Hyung, congratulations. She's lucky to have you." So Min's agency released a brief statement thanking fans for their love and asking for privacy during this intimate time. They confirmed that both mother and baby were healthy, and that Hae In had taken time off all scheduled appearances to be fully present with his family. They are spending time bonding quietly, surrounded by their closest loved ones. Thank you for your understanding and support. And Hae In? True to his character, he didn't make a grand post or write a lengthy letter. He simply changed his profile picture to a soft image of a tiny hand, their baby's hand, gripping his index finger. No words, no hashtags, just that one image. And it said everything. Those who know Hae In personally have said for years that he was meant to be a father. On multiple occasions, he's spoken about wanting a quiet, family-centered life in the future. In one older interview, he said, "Success doesn't matter if I'm not surrounded by people I love. I hope someday I'll come home to a small hand tugging at my shirt, calling me dad." That dream has now come true. Jung So Min, too, has always radiated warmth and maternal grace. Her fans often said she'd be the perfect mom, and now seeing her step into that role has only confirmed what everyone believed. She may be tired from labor, but those who visited say she's glowing with a peace they've never seen in her before. She cradles her baby with ease, smiles even when she's half asleep, and often stares at her newborn in complete awe. Sources close to the couple revealed that even before the birth, they had prepared their nursery together, selecting calming colors, handmade decorations, and even writing a lullaby for their child. Hae In, who plays the guitar, reportedly composed a short melody he plays during late-night feedings. It's the same tune he whispered while holding his baby in that chair, the one that made him cry. This isn't just a love story anymore. This is a family. This is real. And fans have never felt more connected to two stars they've admired for so long. Of course, speculation has already begun about whether the couple will share more about their journey publicly. Will we see a glimpse of their baby girl someday? Will they speak openly about their parenthood experience in interviews? For now, no one knows, and that's okay. Because what they've already shared, intentionally or not, has been more than enough to touch hearts everywhere. Fans around the world have begun sending gifts, flowers, and letters to the couple. International fan clubs from as far as the Philippines, Japan, Brazil, Nigeria, and the United States have organized group messages filled with blessings for the baby. Some fans are even referring to the newborn as Baby Star, calling her the light born from two of Korea's brightest. And maybe that's exactly what she is, a new light. A reminder that even in a world full of drama, controversy, and chaos, there are moments of pure, unscripted beauty. Moments where the spotlight fades, and what's left is the raw, tender truth of human connection. A man holding his child. A woman resting after giving life. Two people, once strangers, now bound forever by the miracle of birth. As we close this deeply emotional story, we want to thank you for being here. For loving these stars not just for their talent, but for their humanity. For standing by them through every chapter. And for witnessing this one, the chapter that begins not with fame, but with family. To Jung Hae In, thank you for showing the world that real men cry, especially when holding their daughters. To Jung So Min, thank you for your strength, your warmth, and your love. And to Baby Star, welcome to the world. You are so loved already. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Korean Wave TV for more heartfelt updates. And in the comments, let's flood the space with love for this beautiful little family. What would you say to Baby Star? What message would you send to Hae In and So Min? Until next time, stay kind, stay present, and remember, real love always shines brightest in its quietest moments.